Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the majority leader for the report he has tabled. Indeed, it is very clear, Mr. Speaker, that our people are really vulnerable, and we understand the need and the desire for them to improve their livelihoods through looking for jobs. But Mr. Speaker, a week ago we saw the same kind of exploitation. Today, the majority leader is telling us about labor exploitation. A week ago, Mr. Speaker, we witnessed sexual exploitation of women by a Russian character. And it is very, very embarrassing that, Mr. Speaker, as we speak right now, those women can hardly walk with pride and dignity as women in Kenya because their images are all over social media in Kenya. Mothers, our sisters, our daughters, being exposed by a character who is purportedly coming to exploit women sexually. Mr. Speaker, this thing is becoming very serious. We request that just like the CID and the NIS have done an extensive research, we need them to uncover this character, this Russian character, who claims to have a serious sexual prowess than the men of Kenya, who came here to exploit our women, recording himself with the women, trapping them and luring them into nice dances and whatever else he's offering. Mr. Speaker, the government must protect the women of Kenya from such characters, and we must make sure that we protect the dignity of our women because that is our duty. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Elachi, you can proceed now.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, all of us will agree, and every Kenyan will agree, that it is important for us to look at our national security and our public safety. And I think what we are saying as Parliament is how do we strengthen the legal framework, the regulatory framework to ensure that indeed there is data protection. Because, Mr. Speaker, you'll find every manner of TikTok in this country. While we are embracing and accepting and fighting left and right, in Europe they are regulating and they are making sure children who are minor, who are below 18 years, are able to be safeguarded. And so therefore, for us to stand firm, Mr. Speaker, it is important for us to ensure that we look at and the Kenya Authority, the Communications Authority, must also look at it. And it is required very well to also register major social media operators so that we agree, because it is a country. We are not just in a world where we do our things. If we don't have order, we will find ourselves with many challenges. So I want to plead to the young people, what is safe for your sibling who is in the house, who is young? What is safe? What would you love them to see that is good for them? Because you might be an adult, you are able to see. Mr. Speaker, when you look at all the TikToks we've allowed, it has become it's an advertisement platform, yes. Can be used very well to do very many good things for the country. But at the same time, it cannot be an advertisement platform where at night I put it on and decide now it is my time to do all the pornographies that I will want, and yet you know very well tomorrow that same space any person can still find it. So we are just saying, let us regulate, let us make it workable for our young people, but also for the minors, and let us protect our country. That is why this Russian man decided to land on us, because he found a place where Kenya, we have democracy beyond democracy, where you can do anything and you can also decide. That's why he's using the same TikTok to spread all the women. And I don't know what we are still doing with this Russian man, Mr. Speaker. Because this is one example where now we say, if our law in Kenya is strict on pornography, how did it end up on our TikToks? How? Those are things we need to deal with. The other thing that you realize, it is also a space where someone just does a crime and feels it's okay to just share this crime. And he will just use TikTok to share the same crime. And we need also the owners of TikTok to start telling us, because they are also responsible. If you have a space, a digital space that you've allowed people to use, then allow also a space to report. Mr. Speaker, it is so difficult to report a TikTok. And so, yeah, it is so difficult to report. It's not like Facebook where I'll go and pick a video, report until they'll pull it down. It is so difficult. And that's why we are saying, even for us, the Communications Authority must also give the people, those who have been given these spaces, who are international digital people, to ensure that they are able to be questioned, they are able to also be remanded when things are going wrong. So, Mr. Speaker, I support and I plead with the young people, let us create a space for both you, but also safeguard your siblings at home and the minors who are in school. I beg to support.
I hope you can make your point in 3 minutes, because we have to wind up this. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'll try to make my points within those few minutes, but I request that you make it 5. Mr. Speaker, I'm very happy that we are looking at the issue of a sexual offences bill amendment, and I want to thank Honorable Donya for bringing this bill. Mr. Speaker, I was actually the author and architect of this bill. When I was in civil society, I wasn't in parliament at that time, and Honorable Njoki Ndung'u then sponsored it in parliament, and I want to thank her for the excellent work she did. Mr. Speaker, after many years since the passing of the Sexual Offences Act, it is evident that there are many teething problems, and Mr. Speaker, because where the rubber meets the road is when you actually then see where the challenges are. And there are many, many issues that have been highlighted, that have been noted in the implementation of the Sexual Offences Act, that actually calls for a comprehensive review. And I know that there is a task force that is working on a comprehensive review, and I know that the bill will come with a more comprehensive review. But I want to thank Honorable Donya that even as we are waiting for that, she has brought this piecemeal amendment. Some people were opposing it. I don't think there is a problem, because even if you bring piecemeal amendments, it will still deal with some of the issues that we are confronting. One of them is the issue of awareness that has been epitomized by the comments by Honorable Aseka, that even within this house, we need awareness on issues of sexual offenses, because sometimes we end up even victimizing the victims, Mr. Speaker. That in the case of the Russian guy who has actually victimized women, really the people who should, the person who is a victim, yeah, the women, not the Russian guy. The Russian guy is a criminal. And yet, if you actually see the way people are talking, they're actually celebrating him. I don't understand why, because sex is not a crime between adults. It may be an issue of morality. It just may show that we have moral decay in this country, and perhaps it's something that we may be challenging our religious institutions, why they are not effective in ensuring that we are not facing moral decay. But it is not a crime. So what is a crime is that if you have sex in private with a fellow adult, that you go out and share that, that should be a crime. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, somebody has mentioned the issue of technology-facilitated sexual abuse, affecting especially young people, but also affecting adults, as we have seen in this case. We must amend the law to provide for technology-facilitated sexual abuse. But above all, I want to thank Honorable Donya because of the issues that she's raised, but especially the issue of awareness. And we must rethink and really move away from our traditional notions about abuse. There were days when a woman wouldn't be married unless she's a virgin. Half the men here are marrying women who are not virgins, and nobody has taken you to court for not marrying virgins. But you cannot criminalize people because of morality, criminalize people because of criminal activity. Abuse is abuse. We need to understand what abuse is, and that's why it's important. But we also need to create awareness with our young people so that they do not find themselves in situations where they may end up getting harmed. For instance, I keep hearing people talking about the way people dress and all that. It is not a crime to wear a short dress. But we need to inform our girls that there are people with the terrible minds, that when they see legs, they think it's an entitlement to abuse girls. So we need to also get our girls to be safe and to take the first responsibility for their own security. The reason why I actually pushed for the Sexual Offences Act even then is because I worked at the Cradle. And when we founded the Cradle, it was support children who are in conflict with the law. But the cases that ended up coming to us were children who were sexually abused. And Mr. Speaker, some of them were cases which could be avoided if we had given better awareness both to our children and to the community in general. Because my time is up, I wish to support and congratulate Honorable Donya. Thank you.